So guys, you've been asking for this. This is my true form. This is what I actually look like under the mask and hoodie and everything else. I'm actually just a Roblox character. Psych! What you saw there was actually just the power of movie magic. I used special effects to only make myself look like I was a Roblox character on camera, when in reality I am still just a lowly floating hoodie. But I didn't just choose Roblox for this intro because it's an easy meme. It actually plays a decently strong part in today's video. Today we're going to be taking a bit of a dive into the Twitter account of one Kanye West. You may have heard that name in passing somewhere. He's kinda under the radar. But as you know, if you have followed this even slightly, Kanye has been giving us some absolute gems and has spawned many a meme from just his mind, and whatever spur of the moment thoughts compel him to make the tweets that he does. There is one issue though. This task has been made just a little bit harder because Kanye seems to have been taking some time to clear out some of his tweets. There's less than 400 of them now on his Twitter at the time of me recording this, so to get a good idea of the full breadth of what's going on inside Kanye's head, we're gonna have to do some digging and rely on screenshots a little bit. But if you recall that one tweet where it was a picture of that Make America Great Again hat Kanye had that Donald Trump signed, in which Trump quote tweeted Kanye's tweet about it saying, "Thank you Kanye, very cool," from which the "Thank you Kanye, very cool" meme spawned. Well, if you thought that Kanye back then was a really funny, zany character and that what he'd chosen to do with his reactivated Twitter was super off the wall, then you may want to have another look because shit's been dialed to 11. Perhaps the bit that you may have heard about was that one song that Kanye made with Lil Pump very recently called I Love It. You know the one. Where Lil Pump saying he loves how much of a fucking hoe some ambiguous/anonymous individual is. Either way, the song isn't the main part of that whole thing that's got everybody's attention, though I will be getting back to that soon. It's the fact that Kanye and Lil Pump were dressed up to look like fucking Roblox characters. Absolute alpha male mentality! Now, of course, the internet had a fucking field day with this one. You had people just straight up recreating the whole scene in the confines of Roblox in that hallway. I classified these people as the ones who were on the brink of mania. You also had the warring factions of people who really wanted it to be a Roblox reference and people who wanted it to be a Minecraft reference, both of which I also classify as people on the brink of mania, though that war was pretty swiftly stomped on when Kanye West and Lil Pump themselves made a pretty direct statement on which side of the war the duo fell on. Lil Pump made a tweet where it was just a picture of him and Kanye in the Roblox outfits, and he just captioned it Roblox in all caps. That sends a pretty clear message to me. I'm just sad that he missed a top tier opportunity to make a reference to the Mind Diamond song. Though you could argue that Lil Pump's statement was just a meme, Kanye on the other hand seems to have taken a pretty hard stance on this. Now the reason I say Kanye has the more absolute stance on this issue in my eyes is because in the tweet he made, it explicitly has an image of him and Pump as characters in a Roblox game case. And the caption he chose for that tweet was, "Gotta do the Roblox version." A direct confirmation that he feels he has an obligation to make a Roblox version. This completely sideswipes the sect of people who wanted to believe it was a Minecraft reference. A group of people I was initially associated with, as you can see from this now very dated tweet. Now, you may have heard about this part in particular if you're at all familiar with this situation, but after the Roblox meme started taking off around this music video, Lil Pump and/or his team, whoever controls his YouTube channel, eventually decided to put Roblox rappers in Roblox rap video in the tags of the video, capitalizing on that peak meme status they had found themselves. Now that's what I call venture capitalism. Now, there have been many alternate versions of this music video made. You have the obvious one where it's just straight up remade in Roblox. Of course, Grande was on the shit, making a Minecraft note block cover of the whole thing.
Also, many thanks for following me back on Twitter, Grande. Appreciate it.
I respect it. James Corden also, of course, got in on this with one of those late night show parodies of songs. You know how it'd be. It wouldn't be a late show if he wasn't really late to a trend on something. Why are you guys laughing? He's not even late to it. The trend is still happening and it's going strong. But there is one other version of this meme that sticks out in my mind very clearly that Nerd City made, where he replaced Kanye with Max Mofo and Adele Gibbons with Ricky Berwick. A version which, purely on principle and also YouTube TOS, I refuse to show here. You can't fucking make me do it, you piece of shit. If you want to watch it really bad, it's pretty easy to find. It's on Max Mofo's Twitter. But let me quickly touch back on the song bit that I said I would go back to so that you guys can't get that mad at me. The bit I wanted to mention is just some of the faces Kanye makes throughout the video. Yeah, I know it's not part of the actual song, but it's a part that amuses me a lot, so I'm using it here. It's just such a good representation of everything this music video stands for, and it reminds me why I enjoy Kanye's facial expressions so deeply. He's just like, Now, there was actually a bit of lead up to this whole Roblox big feet looking ass situation, and ironically, it actually starts with Kanye wearing shoes that are several times too small for him. You see, Kanye attended rapper 2 Chainz's wedding wearing not only socks, but sandals with those socks. And these sandals were just just a couple sizes too small for his feet, to which many people took some specific issue with. And I mean it when I say that. Reviews of his behavior were scathing. Why at Kanye West got those orthopedic slides on, followed by 3 crying emojis. Brittle stuff. My mama dem would have turned Kanye West around at the dough if he would have come in my wedding with some cheap ass slides and no shirt on under that suit coat. An interesting way of phrasing the disapproval for Kanye's fashion for sure, but I do understand what the man's trying to say. Now Kanye later posted a tweet explaining his decision-making process behind wearing those Lego people-sized shoes. But from what I can see, that tweet has been deleted off of his Twitter, and I can't find a screenshot of it, so sadly, I cannot share that information with you here. After some time though, another development followed on Kanye's Twitter about this situation, in which Kanye posted a picture of him wearing big ass versions of the slides he was wearing at the wedding. And when I saw that picture, it lit my brain into an ever-burning gas fire. Kanye turned this shit around on us! We thought he might have just made those shoes for no reason so that he could fire back at us for making fun of his small shoes, but he had a whole Roblox music video planned for this all along. He was the one really laughing at us the whole time. He had a master plan that he let us in on, and yet none of us figured out that something was coming from that tweet. There's so much more to this man than the populace have been giving him credit for. There has to be more stuff he was secretly teaching us. Perhaps lessons that aren't even hidden, that he was handing out like candy from a man in a white van. So let's go back in time for a minute. All the way back to April or something, whenever Kanye ended up reactivating his Twitter and making the big ass stir that he did. And look at some of the tweets he made over time that have really caught people's attention throughout this year, or are just a bit out of the norm from what you might see from, well, anybody really, except for Kanye, that is. Get past the past. Now, the real lesson in this tweet are some of the replies to it. I won't put them here, but if you would like to discover them, then just find this tweet and look for them. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you see them. And if you don't believe me, then you haven't seen those replies yet. Keep looking. Here's one that I think is very relevant to modern day culture. This is the funniest car I've ever driven. Now, this tweet was written and posted on April 22nd, 2018, a whole 5 days before Avengers Infinity War came out. But this is pretty clearly a reference to the modern day meme of the Thanos car. I mean, come on, the Thanos car is a pretty funny car, guys. Kanye is 5 months ahead of everybody else and is already driving that bitch before we've even declared that image as the meme that it is. Now, you may say that that's not possible because Kanye can't see into the future, in which case you would be absolutely wrong. In fact, Kanye directly informs us that he can do this by saying that he's living in the future with the tweet right here. I really love my Tesla. I am in the future. Thank you, Elon. Now, this probably also references that one time Elon Musk got really bored and decided to send his Tesla into space, because Kanye also said in a different tweet on that same day, I'm supercharged, about to take this whole thing to Mars. Listen, if you needed more proof that Kanye has the ability to predict the future though, then look at this tweet. If your foresight is incredible, stay stubborn to your vision. This is very clearly supposed to be guidance to younger members of his species, who can also see into the future. He's giving them advice on how to deal with their powers and how to use them wisely. Really good shit here. On another, unrelated piece of advice from Kanye, he tells us how to always win a Twitter argument, or at least how to get away with saying anything on this godforsaken website. You can say anything as long as you put the right emoji next to it. And strangely for this tweet, Kanye chose to put no emoji next to it at all. Perhaps no emoji is the correct emoji Kanye needed in order to get away with this tweet. There's a couple tweets Kanye made regarding Yeezy, a couple of which I'll need to enlighten you to before I can get to the really good shit, so here we go. Yes, I got rid of my last lawyer. Why? Because he wouldn't come to work full time. I also asked my last manager to come work full time for Yeezy. Of course, the last lawyer and manager said no. So now I hired a CEO and a CFO, and I have 2 full-time lawyers as of now. And now for tweet 2, which is where shit gets the actually fun kind of spicy. We have 160 positions to fill by the end of the year. Yeezy will hit $1 billion this year. It is the second fastest growing company in history. It is a unicorn on its way to becoming a decacorn. Now, this tweet has personally inspired me to do some extra research, specifically into what the fuck a decacorn is. I have a couple ideas, none of which likely align with Kanye's idea of one, so let's see what the internet has to say.
A few moments later.
So according to Wikipedia, a unicorn is a term for a privately held startup company valued at over $1 billion, and a decacorn is for a company over $10 billion, while a hectocorn is for companies over $100 billion. So the real answer to what does Kanye think decacorn means is actually that it's a real word that's used, and I'm just very out of touch. Nice! In order to distract you guys from my incompetence, please look at another one of these mega funny, totally raw XD Kanye tweets. Fear takes strategy, unlearn linear thinking, hit you with these zigzag thoughts. Haha, isn't that funny, guys? Are you focused on something other than my incredible ineptitude yet? Yes? Good, then let's move on. But if I haven't made it clear yet, Kanye is more than just a musical genius. He also sees into the future and is a master tactician and strategist, as can be seen from his coordinated planning with the Roblox sandal scandal. Hey, I like the sound of that. Sandal scandal. Nice. And I don't think him being an intellectual should come as a surprise. I mean, the man confirmed that Rick and Morty was one of his favorite shows, and now, like many of his others, deleted tweet. But nonetheless, a show only for true intellectuals, like Kanye, Elon Musk, and Egoraptor. He was on the show once, I think. I couldn't tell you because I haven't watched it, and I think that says most of what it needs to about my levels of intelligence. Now, there is much more to find in the depths of Kanye's Twitter, the physical embodiment, and the closest thing to Kanye's mind we have to pick at. So if you guys want to do some exploring for yourself, give it a go. Sometimes it feels like a very strange, very popular alternate reality game in there, so regardless, have fun. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like, and if you're new, subscribe. If you want to support the channel a little more directly, then you can click that join button next to the subscribe button. You can pay $5 a month to get things like custom emotes and custom badges. Either way, it is appreciated. I also have a podcast with Wild Spartans and FBS Diesel called Loudmouse. We upload 2 new episodes every week on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and we're up on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter at Kwite and on Instagram at Kwite.png. Links to both of those in the description below. And lastly, I have a Discord server. Link to that in the description as well if you're interested. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I'll see you guys next time.